this is my wife's 2015 Honda Pilot. It's got the 6-cylinder, nothing special. It's not just a 2-wheel drive model. But this is what we're gonna be working on today. Just a basic oil change. It's my daughter's first oil change. She's gonna learn today how to get it done. Alright, first step, we're gonna have to move the truck, bring the car in, just the nose, because I'm not really trying to get any more oil spills on the driveway. Yeah, pop the hood. Alright, so we got the truck keys, and don't mind the truck, she's filthy. Ugh. So, just a little bit of background. Me and my wife bought this house, and you know, it's a work in progress. Working on the yard, you know, need some tender loving care, and should be good to go. Should be looking real cozy. Alright, now we're gonna bring the Honda in. Ooh, it's hot in here. Okey-dokey. Hell, we might even wash this car. Alright. Alrighty. Ooh, I'm cooking. Alright. That should be good. There we go. There we go. Alright. There she is. 3.5 liters of fury. Alright. Alright, everybody. So we're going to get going. Just going to show you real quick what we're going to be using. We got the wrenches. We got the sockets. We got the drain pan. We got the oil, the filter, the ratchet, the extension, the oil filter wrench. Now, of course, we're not going to need all these tools. We're only going to need a couple. But I want her to understand that the basics. You got, you know, from reading the numbers to grabbing the wrong size, realizing it's the wrong size, getting the right size, from getting a socket off the rail, putting it on the extension, everything. Every single thing she's going to be doing on her own. And that way she has a thorough understanding of exactly what we're talking about. And especially if I have to have her, hey, go grab me a tool, she knows where to go. So I'm going to introduce Sienna. She's going to be our star today, our star mechanic. And she's going to get it going and do a really good job, because that's how we do in this garage. Ready? Yeah. Alright, so first step, I'm going to have her remove the oil cap off the valve cover. That way it's going to make it a lot easier when we drain the oil. It's going to be able to breathe and pour and not make a big old mess. So she got the oil cap off. Going to place it somewhere. Okay, cool. Next step is to get the drain pan. So grab the drain pan. Big old tank. So then what we're going to do real quick, we're just going to look at this guy here. We're going to remove that and just place it somewhere. Alright, and now we're going to slide it underneath the car. Slide it under there, and then we'll adjust it once we get down there, but just to kind of get it ready. So we're underneath the car. She's sizing up the bolt real quick. So what size do you think that is, Sienna?
I think that's like 13 or 14.
Okay, so we're gonna go back under there, go grab a socket, 13 or 14. All right, so you got the 13. Putting it on the ratchet. There you go. Just like a block. Got it on there? Oh my gosh. Alright, there you go. Okay, we're good. So, now let's go back on. Got your safety glasses on? Yeah. Alright. And just for the record, apparently the jack I have is this small little Honda Civic jack, and So she's tiny enough to get under there without having to jack the car up. So maybe there'll be another video showing how to use the jack. But let's crawl under here, see what we're working with.
So it's smaller than.
It's smaller?
So small, I rolled under.
You rolled under there?
Yeah. I can't even still this.
So now she's grabbing a 16, third time's the charm. See what happens. All right, let's give this a shot. All right. What do you think?
I'm gonna take it.
Need help?
Isn't it coming up?
Let me try.
Is 16s too small or too big?
Here, I didn't have to it off.
Okay, I'll show you.
Let me try. Oh, perfect.
All right, so go ahead,
Okay.
grab another size. Try this out. Oh, there we go. All right, now hold on, hold on, hold on. Now pull the ratchet off. All right, now what you want to do is don't take it all the way out. Don't take it out. Don't take it out. Slide the drain pan underneath the bolt. You might have to slide out a little bit though, just to make sure that, because when that bolt comes out,
Oil is just.
it's gonna start spraying oil, and you want the bolt to be, you want the drain pan to be almost in the middle of the bolt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like center the drain pan. So
Dang.
yeah, like, because it's not gonna come like, it's gonna pour out, and you want to make sure that we
Okay, there we go.
have a good angle. All right, so as you're turning the bolt, apply pressure, like kind of push on it, but turn it to loosen it. That way, as soon as the bolt comes out, you can just move your hand. You know what I mean?
Alright, there.
And just be ready to kind of slide your body out once it starts pouring, because you don't want to make a mess all over yourself.
Wait, it's gonna splash?
Oh yeah, it's
That's
probably
why-
gonna hit the frame, or
And that's why I buy the
it's
tire.
gonna go all over your fingers right now.
I don't
Good
care
thing
about that.
she's got her safety glasses on.
Just close your nose and close your mouth just in case you know. The safety glasses are really hard.
Nice of it.
I wonder if that's ever happened to anyone. Oil spraying in their eyeball.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Then they decided to invent safety glasses. Is it coming?
Yeah, it's coming. I feel like.
You probably got like just a couple more turns.
So the oil comes out from there. So weird.
So wait, why do you have to apply pressure again?
Just to help with not like because if you just take it out like a regular bolt, it's just no, you don't make a mess pretty much.
Okay.
But I mean, there you go.
Oh my god.
There you go. Good job. Sweet. So now we got it going.
Dang, that's a. Dang.
There she goes. We already took the cap off. That way it's gonna drain in the pan. So
Oh, wow.
good job. Cool.
Nice.
So get rid of the old gloves. We're going to put some new gloves on for removing and installing of the oil filter. You don't want to be handling all that with some nasty gloves. She's getting her gloves on. So
It's really ratchet.
next step, we got the 65 to 67 millimeter oil filter wrench here. And we got the OEM Honda oil filter. And then we have some of our 0820 Mobil 1 oil. So now with these oil filters, you always want to remove, first thing you're gonna do is remove this protective cover. This is to keep any kind of debris from falling inside the filter and contaminating your new oil. But there's an O-ring right here, and this O-ring requires lubrication. So when you remove the old filter, some people will get just kind of dab a little bit of oil and just kind of coat this ring. Or you could, what I would recommend is clean oil. So we could remove this cap and crack the seal, maybe get your finger and kind of touch the oil a little bit and lube this ring. You can also prime this filter, but we're gonna just get the basics done real quick. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the old filter. and get prepped to put the new filter on. So go ahead and grab your ratchet, pull that socket off, and now what you're going to do is you can slap that on there now actually. And it will snap in. Just gotta push on it kind of hard. There we go. All right, so now let's go ahead and crawl back underneath the car, get that filter wrench on the filter. So now that the drain is still draining, does that give you enough room? You
Yeah,
can slide that drain pan just a hudge over. A hudge, just totally made that word up. All right.
What word did you mean by
I meant to say a smudge. I think that's how you use that word. I don't know.
smudge?
Sounds like a bell.
Alright, now it's pretty much just gonna get it over the filter. It'll get snug on its own. And now just get ready to do the same thing. Just watch your knuckles.
Okay.
Oh, careful. You okay?
Yeah.
Alright. So you can also turn the ratchet like a certain way to make it a little easier. Whichever way gives you the most strength, pretty much.
Oh, it's done.
It's on there pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Alright.
Little stain.
Oh, careful.
Why can't it just be like a twisty thing?
They usually are. The key is usually the original installer, which probably was me, but usually once we get the new filter on, we're just gonna put it on about hand tight and then about a quarter turn, and then you're good. That prevents it from being over tightened, and makes it a lot easier to remove it next time around. But let me take a crack at it quick. Maybe it's on there pretty good.
Oh, I think I got it.
Yeah.
Never mind, no, don't.
Okay. Okay, so now go ahead and get the plug, the drain plug,
Okay.
and reinsert it back to where it used to go. That way we can slide the drain pan underneath the oil filter and catch that oil in the filter. And just stop the leak over here. Pretty all good. It doesn't have to be too tight because once we're done here, we'll go back under and double check, make sure it's nice and secure.
Okay.
Just to stop the leak for the.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So now back to the filter. And the cracker. Go ahead.
I'm going to give it.
Is it still tight?
No, I got it.
There you go.
And tighten it all the way?
About right. Is it still hard or
No,
you're just turning
it's-
slow?
Yeah, I'm just turning slow.
Oh, okay, yeah. So right there. Okay, stop right there because now oil's gonna start to kind of run down from the sides.
Alright.
So what you want to do now is kind of slide out a little bit from underneath the car, like slide your body out.
Okay.
Slide the pan underneath the filter, but just enough to where you still have room to get your hand in there. You know what I mean? That way the oil spills on the pan.
Got it.
You kind of want to get it like almost as directly as underneath as you can.
Is it going to splat?
Huh?
Is it going to splat everywhere?
If it hits like, yeah, probably it might. Right, there should be good. That should be good.
There we go.
All right, go ahead.
I don't want it to hit me.
Oh, it's not gonna go that far.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Dang, that's like.
You can, if you want to make it easy.
Oh, I see.
I don't know if you could pull the ratchet off.
I think it's.
Is it too hard to pull the ratchet off by now? There you go. Now you can just spin it by hand. There you go. Oh yeah, now you're getting it.
Oh dang, that's a lot of oil.
hmm There you go. Okay, go ahead. So now we're gonna get the oil filter prepped for install. Well, trying to open a tight bottle with oily hands is probably never gonna happen. So just wipe it down and then use the rag to get it on. It's still pretty tight.
Okay.
Maybe you should be working out. All right, let me see. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. Okay, so we got that guy off. Now that's gonna be
I have no
probably
nails.
hard with gloves on. So let's just get this guy. Don't really recommend this. Could make him, but just gonna. There we go. Nice jab. Pull the seal off all the way, and then
that's a different.
yeah. There we go. Now I'm gonna pull the seal off the oil filter.
Can we do that with this too?
Yeah, you can. Just you get it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So grab, yeah, there you go. Just rip it off, and then now just get some clean oil and lube up that ring. Actually, it looks like it's almost pre-lubed. Oh, it looks like it is pre-lubed, but it doesn't hurt to redo it. Now, what you want to do is you want to prime the filter, because installing these oil filters bone dry is going to result in a dry start condition. Now, usually, to be honest with you, everyone kind of does it, but for a preferred method to make sure you always have oil at all times, because with installing a dry filter is going to result in it's less than a second, but you won't have no oil for how would I say this? Just prime the filter. You want to make sure your engine always has oil at all times. So now we're gonna try to pour some of that oil into the filter. Trying to get it in there good. You don't want to overfill it. I would say at least halfway. It's good. Keep going. That's good.
Okay.
Now we have something. Now that the oil filter is prepped, it's going to be ready for install, and now let's go ahead and go underneath. Just be careful, because now you have oil in there. You don't want to go, underneath the car and accidentally spill that oil out.
Yeah.
Just kind of get it on there. Make sure it goes on smooth. If it feels like it's kind of going on kind of rough, or it's tight as soon as you try to put it on, it's probably cross-threaded, but if it goes on smooth, you're good. You just got to make sure it...
I think it's right here. It's not catching.
Okay, so you
Okay.
see...
I think I got it.
Okay. Got it?
Yeah. There we go.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. So see how you can tell? You can tell. I'm just mixing words left and right. All right, so you see how you can tell in the feel of how it dropped in
Yeah.
versus when you thought you had it and it was like, kind of wobbly, but then you feel it kind of drop into place. You know what I mean? You feel it just kind of drop in, and then it just, with the flick of a wrist, you probably could have got 3 turns out of it. So, nice and tight.
There we go.
Okay, so you always want to go hand tight and about a quarter hand turn with like a ratchet. But let's go ahead and get these gloves off. Let's get you some nice dry gloves, that way we don't, not have it tight enough. Alright, so now we're going to go back under the car and tighten up that bolt, because we left it kind of snug just to stop the leak. So now she's got her socket, she's got her ratchet. She's going to tighten it up, not too tight, just tight it up to where it's not going to leak. So we're going to grab a rag too. Grab this rag just to kind of wipe off the excess oil that's spilled. That way you'll know later on if it is leaking. So go ahead and crawl under there. And just make sure, we got the socket on that bolt, and give it a good crank, okay? Alright, so she's going to give you that. Meanwhile, we're going to get this going here. So the Honda Pilots, they're kind of annoying. I never did like doing oil changes on these particular models, the Honda Pilot and the Honda Odyssey, because where the oil cap is located, where you actually pour the oil, you can barely tell, but it's kind of in an awkward position. It's not easily, you can't really fit a quart bottle or a 5-quart container right above where that oil cap is. Mm-hmm. You see where that oil cap is?
That?
Yeah, the cap's missing now, but I mean, it's just a hole right there. That's where you pour the oil. But it's tricky because if it was somewhere on this side or maybe a little neck right here, we can easily pour oil in. But instead, Honda decided to make it hard on everybody because now we have to get around this cowl here and kind of do this shebang. But I actually got a filter that works great for it, which is somewhere. All right, so for this Honda Pilot, like I was saying about the oil, I don't have my fancy funnel, so now we have to work with another funnel I have. But in order to avoid a spill, we're gonna have to remove this whole panel here. Well, at least Sienna is. So there you go. So to remove this guy, what you gotta do is, you see right here, there's a little cutout.
Yeah.
So you get your screwdriver and kind of get underneath. Like right underneath there. Like this was it. Right
Okay.
there. You want to like kind of lift it up. So just kind of lift it. There you go. Now you can grab it with your hand. Pull it out. Put it like somewhere right here for now. Pull that one out. There you go. Now you got the two fasteners removed. Now you can actually grab this with your hands and kind of lift up on it. Kind of wiggle it out. There you go. Boom. Removed your first part. Like. Alright, so now let's see if that made a little better. Let's go ahead and remove this guy now. So same thing, just lift up on those tabs, pull them all out. You can just chuck them right there.
What the hell?
Stuck? Sometimes they can get kind of tricky. There you go.
Is it like the top one or?
Yeah, well, it should come out together, but sometimes you, yeah, there you go. Just do it like that then. Forgot to mention, sometimes half of it will come out entirely, and then you can just pop that bottom piece off. Bottom piece out.
Every time we got the screwdriver, I was like, wait, they're gonna like screw a little
There we
holes
go.
in something.
Alright, and one more.
Two.
Or two more, here you go. Or three.
Yeah.
Try to get it right here, right here, right here. Like right there. There you go. Lift up the top one first, like that, and then both should come out. Oh, almost got it. Try the other side. Try that, yeah, try it there. There you go. Oh, it's alright. Alright, now get this one. We'll have to find that one later. Or we won't find it, just don't tell your mom.
Would that like mess up the car at all?
No. As long as it doesn't fall in the oil cap, that would suck. Alright, so now we have all the fasteners removed. We should be able to... Oh, one more over there. Oh, good eye, Ezra. So, okay. Boom, shaboom. Go ahead and lift up that whole panel. And boom. Now you can drop that somewhere, anywhere on the floor is fine. No, not more. Alright, so that kind of saved us a little bit of space. Now we kind of can get her. Maybe we can. Hopefully we can. Alright, so let's see if we can get that container in there somewhere. I might have to hold that funnel. Get it in there. There we go, almost there. Keep going. Alright, keep going, keep going. Alright, stop right there, too. Let's see where we're at.
Can you get a rag?
Yeah, that's good enough. Alright, so now we got the engine cover. About to slap it on top. Now, if you see real quick, we got these kind of little indentations here. One right here, one over there. And if you look underneath the engine cover, you'll see that there are those little, there they are. Can you tell now what goes where?
Yeah.
So you want to put those in there, in that position. Alright, and see, lower this down.
It's stuck like right here.
Oh, okay. There we go. Alright, just trying to, you'll feel it kind of snap on somewhere. I think it's come a little bit more this way.
Yeah,
There we go. There we go. Alright, so go get your screwdriver.
I shall get it.
And just kind of turn them. There you go. This guy here. Cool. Next step. Put these panels back on. So be the big one first. There we go. Thank you, Ezra.
Yeah.
Alright, so there you go. So now you want to just drop those fasteners back in place. Right. So go ahead and keys in the ignition.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and turn it. Alright. Ooh. So, great. So now that we got this guy, we can put this lid back on here. Yeah, you can go ahead and start her off now. And we'll have to get rid of this filter. We'll clean up this mess here, get it nice and clean, and then we can just kind of store it underneath our table here. And yeah. So what do you think so far? First oil change.
It was pretty easy.
Pretty easy to do, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now, when you ever hear someone saying they want to go get their oil change or go to Walmart, wherever, now you can do it. You know what I mean? And you're never going to want to pay someone for something you can do.
Yeah.
And not only that, if it's your own car, the shops or whoever it may be, they're not really going to think twice about, you know what I mean? Because it's not their car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure you take care of your own car, because it's ultimately, it's up to you to make sure it's running good. You know everything about it. And you're not going to mess it up because it's yours. Alright, thanks again, guys, for watching. Once again, sorry about that camera angle. Guarantee that won't happen again. And moving forward, we do have some household repairs coming up. So this weekend, going to get the ball rolling on it. And can't wait to put that up. So stay tuned. Thanks again.